What up, people? How are y'all doing today? Just want to tell you about the day I had sitting here at the house helping folks. I'm going to tell you how I help folks. And then I was just a little bitty part in a huge, massive effort by Gary VEE. If you don't know who he is a great guy that has done a lot for a lot of people, giving away free content, pointing folks in the right direction. He's on all the social media apps. He understands this day and age and what it takes to push yourself and to put your brand forward to get out there. And if anybody knows him and knows anything about him, he's relentless. He works constantly. Well, today, I'm laying in the bed, phoning through my phone before I rolled out of bed. And about 9:15, I see Gary V's had went live. Now, I thought that this was going to take place on Memorial Day, but it actually took place today. Had a 12-hour marathon trying to raise money for All In Challenge, which he did. And I'm going to give you the numbers, and I'm going to tell you about things that went on today. And even as he was working, he was networking, he was hustling, he was getting folks to donate, and it was just absolutely awesome. So to start with, we'll talk about some of the guests he had on there. Some of these people I'd never heard of, and I've been on TikTok for a little while now. Some of you don't know, and I got about 3,200 followers on there, but there was people on here that I never heard of, and you go back and you look them up, I don't see how I haven't seen them, and they're just massive creators, millions of followers. And we're talking, some have like 30 million followers and such. You got the Coffee family, the D'Amelio family, Joe, Spencer X, Joey Salsa, Tommy. These are ones I'm reading off because I had to write them all down to remember them. Chris and Jess, Madison Beer, just a whole list of like huge creators and huge influencers. Melissa Ung, who is, they call her Mama Hen. She is leader of a cult on TikTok that is just blowing up, and it's just crazy. And it's not a cult in a bad way. It's, you just have to understand the message around what she's doing. It's all in good fun. Just go with it. And a lot of people have followed that. And Ferg, Little Yachty come on there. Will I Am, McJuicer, McNugget. And this guy was crazy. The first time he come out, he showed a chest and said you had to get to this such amount, he'd show you the chest. We'll come back to that. Remember, it's important. So we went through all these people. Now, this was over the course of 12 hours with Will I Am coming to end. And it was just constant. People calling up. Even just regular people he called and chatted with just to say hi. And that was a few technical problems, but it was nothing major. I mean, it was 12 hours worth of somebody live streaming, which was just amazing. And every 10 minutes, you would hear click, 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 click. That's him telling you to click the safe that was at the top. Every 10 minutes, that safe would come up and you clicked it, and you would either get nothing or you would get like $2 to donate. So basically, spending your time there was building money towards the final of what you were, towards go the total. And it was just free money just for being there. So that was awesome. So they had factored in everything. All right, I'm going to give you some numbers real quick. The first, because it was busted up in 3 parts because he froze twice. So it busted up in 3 parts. The first time, that was $100, I can't remember who donated it, but that was a $100,000 donation in that part. And at the 500,000 mark, it crashed. Then we started again, and it was another $200,000 and then it crashed. So already that was like $700,000. Now, the great thing about this is that TikTok was going to match whatever he put in. So that's just awesome. So the great part and everything, we go back to the McJuggets Nuggets guy, as he come back and he teased, okay, get to this part and we'll show you what in the chest. Well, this went on for some time. And towards the end, he was like, you get to 175,000 on the third phase, I'm sorry. He said, I will show you what's in the chest. This is after he had already donated 10,000, I believe. So when it come back around towards the end and he showed him in that chest was another $25,000 that come in and he donated. And he teased it to help push up the number, and it worked. So again, this was for the all-in challenge. It was crazy. Every 10 minutes, click, 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 click. It was just freaking awesome, folks. The man went from being able to talk to a horse. His back was sore and everything. So we had a 500, 200, and then the last hour was just epic. We restarted with like an hour and 15 minutes left. Pushing. It had really slowed down. Was wondering where we're going to end up. And then all of a sudden, get down. You got 45 minutes to go, and we're trying to reach the 900,000 mark. His goal for the day was $1 million, but 900,000 was right there. So he's pushing. And the last 45 minutes, that last stretch, literally raised. I want to say we raised right at, or he raised, not me. I was just there the whole day. $175,000 in that short time frame. Just pushing, people donating 5,000, 1,000, 5,555 club, the 1,1,1,1,1 club. It was just epic. So we get that, and then there was started rumblings about whether or not we was going to make it to his goal. And the whole time this is going on, I'm keeping track of how much I have donated, and I'll tell you that at the end. Just patient. So we get there towards the end, and there was rumblings of that was a huge donation that come in. Now remember, he'd already had a $100,000 donation. Well, he got it confirmed how much would be coming in, and it was such a large sum it couldn't come in that night. It'd have to wait till the banks open and to think they could do it tomorrow. And he would not tell who it was, and they had to confirm with him who it was to say it, but they would only say it if they reached the 150,000 mark. Now, this is right there at the end. That just got exploded by when we were at like 130, when they were at like 130 something, because I say we, and I don't mean it that way. I was just there all day. I felt like I was involved. I was in it, trying to, keep my part going. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to help, click it every time. That's the reason I'm sorry if I do it that way, but it's just the way I was feeling. We were invested in this thing. And then will.i.am comes up with a $25,000 donation. It was epic because it just all of a sudden, it would just blew by the 150 mark. And it was like 160 something. So the great thing is, so we all know we're going to get to know who done it. Kept pushing. And right there at the end, as it was coming down, we got to the very end, and donations were still coming in. This had been all day. I think that the amount, we had 20,000 people on. At the end, he had like 9,000 people on. But the money was still slowly coming in. And then he finally announced it. So Robert Kraft had called up and donated $250,000. Now, he had already had the $500,000 mark. That was the largest amount ever raised on an online telethon. And then he gets that, and he'd like to come close to breaking it again. But it was just awesome. Sorry it's so long. Mine are never this long. All total today, I clicked it as many times as I could. If I missed any, I was probably mad. There was 2 chests that didn't have anything in it. I wound up clicking it, and it was $129 that I clicked in. So that gave me a grand total, if you nearly 200, what's that? 200, 129 times 2, I can't, like 250 nearly. 258, I think. So just my time being there, I was able to help somebody because it was for a great cause, Feeding America. There's a whole list of, he was reading off a list of all the names it was going to, but they were going to make sure, because I think he said he was on the board, that it was going to go into just that. It was something I've never witnessed before, and probably will never witness anything that epic again unless he does another one next year. But it was just awesome. I wanted to tell you about it. I mean, I'm still like pumped. Just his energy's infectious. It's a shout out. I know Gary Vee will never see this, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And it was entertaining just to watch the different guests roll by, talking to different people, and him networking with them while they were still there was the crazy thing to me. I mean, it was a great 12 hours. It was just epic to watch. And the amount of the way people responded. There was a few of us in there had been in there the whole 12 hours. I had to go to the store. I laid and I had it, and I walked to the store to buy some things, and I was still listening to it, still getting my clicks in to make sure that I didn't miss the money to go towards help feeding folks. Well, that's my story of the day. Sorry this video is so long. If you made it this far, I thank you. If you didn't, oh well. But like, subscribe. You're going to hear a hell of a lot about this tomorrow. So I hope that y'all will subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my TikTok, and y'all have a great and wonderful day. Peace.